Chosen one. You are not here by coincidence. You were led to this moment by a divine appointment written long before you ever took your first breath. Something in your spirit has been stirring, calling, pulling you toward a truth your mind could never quite name. And now, in this very moment, that truth is rising to the surface. You are standing at the edge of a revelation about who you truly are and why your life has always felt different. Anointed one, there have been signs on you since childhood. Sensitivities. No one could explain coincidences too precise to ignore gifts that awakened long before you understood them. These patterns were never random. They were markers placed inside your spirit, indicators of a rare identity that heaven encoded into your very being. As it is written in Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5, before you were formed, you were known and set apart. Today, that hidden identity begins to reveal itself. Your spirit already feels the shift. This is a holy unveiling, a prophetic awakening meant to activate what has always lived within you. Chosen one, prepare your heart, your mind, and even your body. What you're about to hear will transform the way you see yourself forever. Chosen one. Before we go any further, I need you to pause for a moment and feel what is happening inside your spirit right now. That stirring, that quiet pull in your chest, that awareness rising behind your thoughts. It is not imagination. It is recognition, a remembering. Because what you are hearing in this message is not new to your soul. It is something that has lived inside you since the day you arrived on this earth. Heaven placed a mark on you long before you understood its meaning, and now that mark is beginning to activate. This first sign we are about to explore is not just a sign, it is one of the earliest proofs that you are not ordinary. It is the whisper heaven uses to get your attention when the world tries to make you forget who you are. It shows up in moments you never expect, in the silence between your thoughts, in the pauses of your life, in the coincidences too perfect to be coincidences. Chosen one, you have experienced unexplainable synchronicities your entire life. You may not have known what to call them. Maybe you just thought you were highly intuitive or lucky or strangely aligned to things others seem to overlook, but deep down, you always felt there was something more to it, something sacred, something intentional. You see, the most powerful chosen ones carry this ability long before they understand it. Synchronicities are heaven's way of showing you that the invisible realm has been guiding you all along. They are not random, they are not accidental, they are messages, codes, patterns of alignment that reveal the fingerprints of the divine on your path. Think about your own life for a moment. How many times have you thought of someone only for them to call or appear out of nowhere? How often have you seen the same word, the same symbol, the same phrase repeated until it felt like the universe was tapping you on the shoulder saying, "Pay attention, this is for you"? Maybe it was a feather showing up at the exact moment you felt lost. Maybe it was a song playing at the perfect moment, echoing the very prayer you didn't say out loud. Or perhaps it was a stranger who spoke a sentence that felt like it carried the weight of heaven itself. Anointed one. This is not coincidence. This is coordination, a divine orchestration happening around you because your steps have never been aimless. Even when you thought you were wandering, heaven was tracing your path with invisible ink. Synchronicities show up when the spiritual realm wants to confirm something inside you, a direction, a feeling, a calling, a warning, or a reminder of who you are. When these patterns appear, they do more than catch your attention. They awaken something ancient within you. That's like shock in your spirit. That moment of knowing, that quiet sense of this, means something that is your inner identity responding. That is the real you, remembering what the world tried to make you forget. I know what this feels like, because I remember when it began happening to me. At first, I told myself it was all in my head, just my imagination trying to create meaning. But after the 100th time, after the doors that shouldn't have opened suddenly opened, after the right person appeared at the exact second I needed them, after dreams lined up perfectly with waking reality, I couldn't deny it anymore. Something larger than me was weaving threads through my life, guiding me, nudging me, sometimes pushing me into the very moments that shaped my destiny. Chosen one. These experiences are not subtle hints, they are spiritual fingerprints. The same God who whispered to the prophets, the same voice that spoke in stillness, is the same voice weaving through your life now. This is the sign carried by the powerful, the rare ones whose identity carries weight in the spirit realm. Synchronicities appear because heaven refuses to let you walk blind. They appear because you carry purpose, because your identity is too important to be left to chance. And the reason these moments have increased lately, the reason you're noticing more signs, more alignments, more quiet confirmations, is because you are entering a new level of awareness. Chosen one, pay attention. The signs around you are accelerating for a reason. When heaven increases its communication, it is because something in your destiny is getting ready to unfold. And this is only the beginning. Chosen one. Now that you have begun to understand the first great sign upon your life, we step deeper into the realm of identity. This next sign is not gentle. It is not soft. It is a sign that marks the very core of who you are. It shapes how you feel, how you perceive, and how you move in this world. It is the sign that often makes you feel different, misunderstood, or even overwhelmed. Yet, it is also the same sign that proves your spiritual sensitivity has always been far beyond ordinary. Chosen one, you carry a heart that feels beyond reason. This is the second sign of the most powerful called ones. A deep, empathic sensitivity that does not simply belong to your personality. It belongs to your spiritual design. This sensitivity is not random. It is intentional. It is heaven-crafted. You were given this gift because the assignments on your life require a heart that can sense what others ignore. Where others see a calm face, you feel the hidden storm inside them. Where others see silence, you feel the unspoken cry. Where others walk into a room and see only people, you walk into the same room and feel the atmosphere. Chosen one. You do not just hear words, you hear the weight behind them. You do not just see situations, you see the spirit behind them. And this awareness has followed you since childhood. Many times you have walked into a space and immediately felt uneasy without knowing why. Other times you felt an overwhelming peace standing next to someone who had never even spoken to you. Growing up, you may have cried easier than others. You may have felt deeply connected to animals or felt pain when plants or nature around you was harmed. You might have sensed tensions in your home, even when everyone pretended everything was fine. This is not weakness. This is not overreaction. This is spiritual perception. I know this gift because I have walked with it too. I remember sitting beside someone who smiled at me with perfect composure, but inside, something in my spirit felt a sharp heaviness. Days later, the truth came out. They had been hurting in silence, and somehow I had felt it before they ever said a word. Chosen one. This is the life of the spiritually marked. You feel storms before they form. You feel intentions before they become actions. You feel shifts in people before they ever open their mouths. It is as if your spirit is always listening, even when your mind is not. This gift is powerful, but I will not lie to you. It also has its challenges, because when you absorb so much, you can become drained without understanding why. You walk into crowded places and feel pressure on your chest. You leave conversations feeling tired, even if the topics were light. You need more time alone than others because solitude for you is not a luxury. It is healing. It is recalibration. Chosen one. You sometimes confuse other people's sadness for your own. You sometimes carry burdens that were never yours. And because your heart is so open, people have often mistaken your gentleness for weakness. They do not understand that you are not weak. You are spiritually wired. The enemy has tried to use this sensitivity against you. He tried to make you believe your emotions were flawed. He tried to make you ashamed of your depth. He tried to convince you that caring so much was a curse. But heaven says otherwise. The reason you feel so deeply is because you were called to heal. The reason you sense so much is because you were created to discern. The reason you care so intensely is because God placed a light inside you that reacts whenever darkness comes near. This is why people come to you without knowing why. This is why strangers confess their pain to you. This is why you give comfort no one taught you how to give. You are a carrier of spiritual medicine. Your presence calms storms. Your energy steadies shaken hearts. Your compassion lifts burdens. Your sensitivity is not emotional overload. It is revelation. Chosen one, deep inside you know this. You have always felt that your heart was not like the hearts around you. You noticed things others overlooked. You felt things they dismissed. You connected to people they judged. And this is why you often felt out of place, not because you were wrong, but because you were ahead. Here is the truth you must remember. Empathy is the language of divine assignment. Heaven entrusts this gift only to those who carry a rare spiritual origin, those who were formed differently, those who were set apart before birth. A shepherd must feel the cry of the lost. A healer must sense the wound before it appears. A warrior must discern the enemy before the attack begins. Your sensitivity is your proof. Chosen one. The most powerful ones are not recognized by their strength first, but by their depth, by the way their spirit responds to the world, by the way their heart refuses to turn cold even after being wounded. This is why heaven chose you. You are not easily hardened. You are not quick to disconnect. Your spirit cannot numb itself, and that is the very evidence that your purpose carries enormous weight. Chosen one. The world needs hearts like yours. Heaven trusts hearts like yours. And in the next part we will go deeper into the third sign that separates you even further from the ordinary. Chosen one. Now we step into one of the most powerful signs placed upon those with a rare calling. This sign does not visit everyone. It does not rest on the ordinary. It is reserved for the spiritually awakened, the deeply sensitive, the ones whose destiny has been touched by heaven since birth. This is the realm of dreams, not ordinary dreams. Not vague scenes you forget the moment you wake up. I am speaking about vivid and prophetic dreams that feel alive, guided, and intentionally sent. Chosen one. Your dream life has always been different. You have likely known this since childhood. While others drifted into simple stories of imagination, you entered places that felt real. You woke up remembering colors, voices, sensations, or entire conversations. Sometimes you saw events that later came to pass. Other times you saw people who carried messages you needed at that exact moment in your life. There were nights you woke up shaking because what you saw felt more real than the day before it. This is not something to dismiss. This is not a trick of the mind. This is a sacred pathway between heaven and your spirit. Dreams are one of the oldest languages of divine communication. Even in ancient times, God spoke through dreams. Instructions were given through dreams. Warnings were delivered through dreams. Identities were revealed through dreams. It is written in the holy text that God speaks once and then again in dreams of the night. You carry that same ancient pattern. Chosen one. Your dreams are not random because you are not random. There is a calling upon you that requires heaven to speak even when you are asleep. When your mind is quiet, your spirit becomes the loudest. That is when heaven can reach you without interference. Think about the dreams you have had. Have you ever dreamed of a place you had never visited, only to step into it years later with a strange sense of familiarity? Have you dreamed of speaking with someone, only to have the same conversation in waking life? Have you woken up with the answer to a problem that weighed on your heart? This is evidence. This is spiritual communication. There have been moments when someone who passed away visited your dreams. Their presence felt warm, peaceful, and strangely comforting. You woke up with clarity or closure you did not know you needed. Other times your dream warned you about a person or a place. When you ignored it, you discovered later that your spirit was right. Your dreams are not simply dreams. They are messages shaped by your calling. Anointed. One, and you may not realize this, but your spirit is active even while your body rests. This is why your dreams feel so intense. It is why they feel like journeys rather than memories. Sometimes you dream of storms, and soon after emotional battles appear in your life. Sometimes you dream of flying, and soon after you enter a season of sudden freedom or personal breakthrough. Your dreams speak the symbolic language of your destiny. I remember a season in my own life when dreams came back to back. Some were peaceful, some were frightening, some were so powerful that I woke up crying. At first, I did not understand why they were happening. But over time I realized that heaven was preparing me for a major shift. Every dream was a piece of a puzzle. Every symbol carried meaning. And today, when I look back, those dreams were the turning point that awakened my spiritual identity. Chosen one, your dreams have also been preparing you. They have been shaping your awareness. They have been sharpening your spirit. They have been training you to recognize the unseen. You may not have known it, but heaven has been speaking to you for years. Sometimes the dream comes in symbols because symbols speak to your spirit more deeply than words. Sometimes the dream comes in clarity because the message must be understood immediately. And sometimes the dream repeats itself because heaven wants to make sure you do not ignore it. The fact that your dreams carry weight is not a coincidence. It is evidence that you have been chosen to walk in higher understanding. This is one of the signs carried by the most powerful ones. Those with spiritual authority, those with rare purpose, those with destiny written into their very bones. Chosen one, your dreams have always been prophetic, even when you doubted. Even when you brushed them aside, even when you tried to convince yourself they were nothing. Deep down, you knew they meant something. Your dreams reveal your sensitivity. They reveal your calling. They reveal your spiritual origin. They reveal that your connection to the unseen is real. This gift will grow stronger as you step deeper into your identity. More dreams will come, more clarity will unfold, and heaven will continue to guide you through the night. Chosen one, prepare yourself, for the next sign is even more powerful. Chosen one. Now we step into a realm that very few ever experience with clarity. This sign is not common. It is not easily spoken about. It is not something you can simply share with anyone because only those who carry a similar calling will understand it. I am speaking about the ability to sense guidance from the unseen, the sacred ability to communicate with spiritual helpers, protectors, guides, and divine messengers assigned to your journey. Chosen one, you have always felt that you were never truly walking alone. Even in your lowest valleys, even in moments when you thought no one cared, something inside you kept whispering that you were being watched over, that you were being protected from things you never even knew happened, that your life has been guided by a gentle hand, a quiet voice, a presence that seems to reach you in the exact moment you need it. This is not imagination. It is not coincidence. It is not emotional comfort. It is divine reality. You were born with a spiritual support system. You were born with heavenly assistance. You were born with guardians assigned to your destiny. The most powerful chosen ones carry this ability early in life, long before they understand what it truly is. Chosen one, think about the moments when you made a decision that felt risky, yet something deep in your spirit said yes. Think about the times you walked away from certain people because something inside you whispered, stop. Think about the moments when you heard a thought that didn't feel like your own. A thought that came with peace. A thought that came with clarity, a thought that came with a still power that quieted every fear. These moments were not random, they were communication. Sometimes guidance comes as a gentle pull, the kind you feel in your stomach. Other times it comes as a strong knowing, the kind you feel in your chest. Sometimes it comes while you are awake, and sometimes it comes while you are dreaming. Sometimes it comes as a sudden image that appears in your mind with no explanation. And sometimes it arrives through an unexpected person who speaks words that feel strangely familiar. Anointed one. This is how spiritual guidance has worked in your life. You may have thought you were just intuitive, but the truth is deeper. You hear what others cannot hear. You sense what others cannot sense. You receive messages meant to protect you, direct you, and prepare you. When a chosen one carries great purpose, heaven assigns them help. This guidance is not noisy. It does not shout. It does not force itself. It speaks in the quiet moments. It moves in stillness. It protects through intuition. It leads through peace. There have been times when you were about to make a decision that would have harmed your future. Something in you felt heavy. Something in you felt unsettled. That was divine protection. You listened even when you did not understand. That is because your spirit remembers what your mind does not. It remembers its origin. It remembers its calling. Chosen one, you also carry the ability to feel spiritual presence. At random moments you have felt a warmth around you. You have felt a pressure lift off your chest. You have felt a sudden peace that made no sense. These are not illusions. These are confirmations from the unseen realm. Some of you have even felt guidance more clearly during quiet moments, during prayer, during meditation, during long walks, or during times when your heart was broken and you could do nothing but sit in silence. That is when the voice becomes clearest. That is when heaven speaks the loudest. Many powerful chosen ones also feel communication through physical sensations. A tingling on the skin when a message is coming. A sudden shift in the air when something unseen enters the room. A sense of presence standing beside you. Or a calming energy that embraces you in your darkest hour. I know this feeling well. There were nights when I was overwhelmed and I sat in silence. Then suddenly the room changed. Not physically, but spiritually. A peace came so strong that my thoughts quieted instantly. I felt something close to me, not threatening, not fearful, gentle, protective, present. I knew I was not alone. I knew I was being guided back into alignment. Chosen one. This is your life more often than you admit. You have been carried. You have been watched over. You have been guided through what could have destroyed you. You did not survive because you were lucky. You survived because heaven was whispering to you. And the more you awaken, the stronger this guidance becomes. You will begin to sense it with greater clarity. You will learn to recognize the difference between your thoughts and the thoughts that are sent to you. You will learn to discern the voice that brings peace from the voice that brings confusion. Chosen one. This sign is not ordinary. It proves that your journey is spiritually governed. It proves that your destiny is protected. It proves that you were never meant to walk alone. And in the next part, you will discover a sign even more rare. A sign that reveals how your eyes and spirit perceive the world in ways most people never will. Chosen one. Now we enter a sign that only a very rare group ever carries. This sign touches the eyes, but it lives in the spirit. It is one of the clearest indications that you are born with a higher spiritual frequency. I am speaking about the ability to perceive energy fields, what some call auras, what others describe as colors or light surrounding people and living things. But for the powerful chosen ones, it is something much deeper. It is spiritual vision awakening inside you. Chosen one. Your eyes have always seen differently. Even when you were young, you sensed things before you saw them. You felt energy around people before they ever introduced themselves. Sometimes when you looked at someone, you saw more than their face. You saw heaviness. You saw joy. You saw fear. You saw peace. You saw something that had no physical form, yet you perceived it clearly. This is because your spirit is awake. And when the spirit is awake, the eyes do not just see, they interpret, they reveal, they discern. There are moments when you look at someone and see a soft glow around them. You may not have had the words for it. You may have dismissed it as a trick of the light, but your spirit knew what it was. You saw the energy they carried. You saw the condition of their heart. You saw the atmosphere surrounding their life. Anointed one. This is not something everyone can do. Most people look at others and see only the surface, but you see the unseen. You feel the invisible. You sense the truth behind the mask. And this is why you sometimes feel discomfort around certain people without knowing why. Their energy speaks loudly, even when their face stays calm. Many chosen ones also experience moments when the air around a person seems to shift, when the space feels crowded even if the room is empty, when a presence feels light and safe, or heavy and unsettling. These are all forms of spiritual sight. These are signs that your perception has already awakened. I want you to think for a moment about how often you have sensed someone's intentions before they ever revealed themselves. There were times you trusted someone without a reason, yet later you realized your spirit had recognized their purity. And there were times you felt uneasy with someone, even though they acted friendly. Later, their true nature was exposed. Chosen one. This is not intuition alone. This is sight. There were moments in your life when you felt like you walked into a room and immediately perceived the emotional climate. You felt the tension even though no one argued. You felt the sadness even though everyone was smiling. You felt the calm even though the circumstances were stressful. This is spiritual sensitivity merging with spiritual vision. I know this gift well because I have lived it. I remember standing next to someone who seemed perfectly fine, but there was a dull grey heaviness around them. I could not explain it. I could not prove it, but my spirit felt it. Not long after the truth emerged, they were carrying deep emotional pain. My spirit saw what my eyes could not. Chosen one. This ability can be overwhelming when you do not understand it. There are moments when crowded places exhaust you. There are moments when conversations leave you drained. There are moments when certain people feel like they pull energy from you, and you wonder why it affects you so deeply. It is because you are not just seeing, you are absorbing, you are reading, you are interpreting spiritual information constantly. This gift is powerful. But like all powerful gifts, it requires grounding, it requires awareness, it requires you to understand that not every emotion you feel belongs to you. Sometimes you are picking up the atmosphere around you. Sometimes you are sensing the energy others carry. Chosen one, you must learn to separate your own spirit from the spirits around you. That clarity will strengthen your gift instead of draining it. This sight also allows you to recognize the chosen ones around you. You can see a bright radiance around someone who carries light. You can sense the calm of someone aligned with God. You can feel the warmth of someone with a pure heart. Likewise, you can sense the heaviness of someone who carries resentment. You can sense the darkness around someone who has surrendered to negativity. You can sense the emptiness around those disconnected from themselves. This is not judgment. This is discernment. And discernment is one of the highest signs of spiritual maturity. Anointed one. This gift proves that you were born with a mission. You are someone who must walk with clarity, someone who must navigate spiritual terrain, someone whose destiny requires the ability to see beyond appearances. This is why heaven sharpened your eyes. This is why you see what others overlook. This is why you feel what others ignore. Chosen one, your sight is not a burden. It is evidence. It is confirmation. It is your spiritual identity revealing itself. In the next part, we move into a sign that grows inside the body itself, a sign that manifests physically when heaven is trying to awaken you. Chosen one. Now we step into one of the most mysterious and undeniable signs of a powerful spiritual calling. This sign does not come from the mind. It does not come from the emotions. It comes from the body itself. It is the physical response your spirit creates when it is encountering something divine, something dangerous, or something deeply significant. I am speaking about the inexplicable sensations that move through your body when heaven is trying to wake you up. Chosen one. You have felt these sensations for years. You did not always understand them. Sometimes they scared you. Sometimes they confused you, but deep down, something in your spirit always knew these sensations meant something. They were not random, they were not accidents. They were signals, they were signs. There were moments when a sudden warmth spread across your chest, for no reason. Times when your hands tingled as if energy was flowing through them. Nights when the crown of your head felt alive, pulsing with a strange sensitivity. And there were moments when a chill ran down your spine, even though the room was warm. These experiences are not physical coincidences. They are spiritual reactions. You may have felt pressure in your forehead, especially between your eyes, as if something inside you was being activated. Many chosen ones experience this during moments of clarity, revelation, or spiritual alignment. Others feel it when danger is near, because your body is wired to respond before your mind understands. Anointed one. Your body carries its own form of discernment. When energy enters your space, your body reacts. When you meet someone whose spirit is not aligned with yours, your body reacts. When you stand in a place filled with peace, your body relaxes instantly. When you stand in a place filled with darkness, your body tightens. This is not superstition. This is spiritual intelligence operating through the physical vessel. Think back to the times your heart suddenly raced in the presence of someone who meant you harm. You did not have evidence, you did not have facts, yet your body knew. Or the moments when you felt a sudden calmness wash over you during prayer or meditation. Your circumstances had not changed, but your spirit had been touched and your body responded. I remember a moment in my own journey when I was overwhelmed with confusion about a certain decision. My mind spun in circles. Then, one night, while sitting in silence, a wave of warmth moved across my back and shoulders. It felt like reassurance. Like peace had reached out and rested its hand upon me. The confusion lifted within seconds. I still cannot explain that moment logically, but spiritually it made perfect sense. Heaven had spoken through sensation. Chosen one, your body has been speaking to you in the same way. When something is for you, your body opens. When something is not for you, your body closes. This is why certain opportunities feel right in your bones, even when they look impossible, and why certain people feel wrong in your spirit, even when they appear kind. You are not imagining these things, you are spiritually receptive. There are also moments when you feel sudden tingles during prayer meditation or deep thought. This is energy movement. Your spirit is aligning, your frequency is rising. Your awareness is expanding. Heaven uses these sensations to awaken the chosen ones. Sometimes the sensation feels like electricity moving through your spine. Sometimes it feels like goosebumps that come from nowhere. Sometimes it feels like your chest is opening or your breath becomes deeper without trying. These reactions are not emotional, they are supernatural. Your body is responding to the spiritual realm. Chosen one, when heaven wants to communicate, it does not always use words. Sometimes it uses sensation. Because your body remembers what your mind forgets. Your body recognizes what your eyes cannot see. Your body responds to the unseen because it is spiritually coded with divine awareness. This is why your physical sensations often increase during major shifts in your life. When you step into a new calling, your body feels it. When a door is about to open, your body senses it. When a connection is spiritually assigned to you, your body relaxes near that person. When a connection is spiritually dangerous, your stomach tightens. This is divine communication. This is spiritual protection. This is proof of your identity. Many chosen ones also experience physical sensations during moments of revelation. For example, chills when hearing a truth meant for them, tears that come without sadness, a swelling in the heart during worship or prayer, a sudden breath of clarity. All of these are signs that your spirit is waking up. Anointed one, your body is not against you. Your body is assisting you. It is alerting you. It is guiding you. It is communicating with you. It is helping you navigate a world filled with both light and shadow. Do not ignore these sensations. Do not brush them aside. Listen. Pay attention. They are part of your spiritual blueprint, and heaven uses them to keep you aligned with your destiny. Chosen one. This sign alone proves you are spiritually marked. But in the next part, you will discover a sign that appears not in your body, but in the world around you. A sign that follows the most powerful chosen ones like a pattern woven into their journey. Chosen one. Now we arrive at one of the most undeniable signs placed upon those who carry rare spiritual destiny. It is a sign that does not hide, a sign that shows itself again and again with perfect timing, a sign that follows the chosen ones through childhood, through adulthood, through every spiritual awakening. I am speaking about the repeating numbers that appear in your life with a precision that cannot be explained by logic. These numbers are not just patterns, they are messages, they are confirmations, they are aligned signals designed to awaken the powerful ones who walk with heavenly purpose. Chosen one. You already know what I am talking about, because these numbers have been chasing you for years. They show up on clocks when you look without planning. They appear on receipts, on license plates, on phone numbers, on pages of books. They interrupt your ordinary moments with an energy that feels intentional. You look up, and there it is again. 1111, 333, 444. Or a number that repeats so often it almost feels alive. This is not coincidence. This is guidance. Repeating numbers are one of the clearest signs that heaven is aligning your path. They appear when your spirit is awakening. They appear when your steps are being guided toward a new direction. They appear when you are about to make an important decision. They appear when you feel lost, reminding you that your path is still protected. And they appear during moments of transition, signaling that something is shifting in your life. Chosen one. The reason these numbers appear to you so often is because your spirit is sensitive enough to notice them. Many people walk through life blind to signs, but not you. Your awareness is always listening. Your spirit is always observing. And because you are spiritually receptive, heaven communicates with you through symbols that cannot be ignored. Think about the moments when these numbers appeared. How often has the timing been perfect? How often do they show up when you are doubting something, when you are praying about something, when you are thinking of changing direction, or when you need reassurance that you are not alone? These numbers are the language of alignment. They are heaven's way of saying, keep going, or slow down, or listen closely. People often ask why the chosen ones see repeating numbers more than others. The answer is simple. When someone carries a great calling, heaven communicates more frequently. And because your spirit is awake, you notice the divine signals others overlook. Anointed one. The numbers are not random. Each number carries its own spiritual energy. For some chosen ones, the number 111 appears when their thoughts are manifesting quickly. For others, the number 444 appears during moments of protection and angelic presence. For others, the number 222 arrives to remind them that divine timing is at work. And for many, the number 999 signals a season of closure and transformation. But beyond the meanings, the most important truth is this. These numbers appear because your life is in spiritual synchronization. When heaven aligns something in your life, reality around you begins to echo that alignment. Numbers repeat because the spiritual realm is confirming your path. I remember a season in my own life when the numbers would not stop appearing. Every morning, every night, everywhere I went. At first, I ignored them. Then one day the numbers appeared 3 times within 10 minutes. I stopped. I listened. And within days, a major shift happened in my life. It was then I realized heaven had been preparing me, confirming what my spirit already felt. Chosen one. You have had similar moments, times when the numbers came so often that you felt something was following you. Times when you saw a number and instantly knew it meant something. Times when your spirit reacted before your mind understood. This is because you are spiritually coded to recognize patterns. Your purpose requires this sensitivity. Heaven uses numbers to speak to those who are awakened, those who are marked, those who can hear without hearing and see without seeing. There were moments in your journey when you felt confused about your purpose, when you doubted your direction, when your heart felt uncertain. Yet the numbers appeared again. They reminded you that your path is not random. They reminded you that your steps are ordered. They reminded you that you are guided, that you are seen, that you are aligned, chosen. 1. These repeating numbers are one of the clearest signs that you carry a rare spiritual origin. They follow the powerful ones because the powerful ones are required to stay aware. Your life is not ordinary. Your calling is not small. Your growth is not accidental. Heaven is always speaking to you. And the numbers are the echo of that voice. In the next part, you will discover a sign that connects you to the natural world in a way that proves your spirit belongs to both the earth and the heavens. A sign that shows you were created to walk between realms. Chosen one. We have reached the final and most revealing sign. This sign does not hide in your dreams or in your emotions alone. It shows itself in the world around you, in the earth beneath your feet, and in the way your soul responds to the natural order of creation. This sign is your profound, instinctive, and sacred connection to nature. And this connection is not just a preference or a personality trait. It is a spiritual indicator tied to your origin, your purpose, and your divine identity. Chosen one. You have always felt different when you stand in the presence of nature. While others look at mountains or trees and see simple landscapes, you feel something more. You feel a pulse, a stillness, a message that seems to rise from the earth and move straight into your spirit. When the wind touches your skin, it feels like a reminder. When the sunlight breaks through clouds, it feels like comfort. When rain falls, it feels like cleansing. Your body reacts, your heart softens, and your spirit awakens. This is not coincidence. Nature recognizes you, and your spirit recognizes nature. You carry a sensitivity that makes the natural world feel alive, almost as if it communicates with you. When you walk into a forest or sit near water, you sense peace that cannot be explained. Your mind becomes quiet without effort. Thoughts that felt heavy become lighter. Answers that refuse to appear suddenly begin to form. Your spirit realigns itself as if nature is helping you return to who you truly are. Chosen one. This has been happening since childhood. You may not have had the words for it back then, but the feeling was always there. While other children played without noticing their surroundings, you noticed everything. The shape of the sky, the way the leaves moved, the quiet energy of a place, the shift in the air before a storm. You felt these moments deeply. You felt them spiritually. Even when you were young, nature called to you in ways you could not explain. This connection is a sign of ancient identity. It is evidence that your soul carries memory older than your earthly years. Many chosen ones feel out of place in the world created by people, yet they feel completely at home in the world created by God. That is because your spirit belongs to both realms. Nature becomes the bridge between heaven and earth for you. Animals feel this connection too. You may have noticed that animals trust you quickly. They approach you with ease. They sense your energy immediately. Pets relax around you. Birds seem drawn to your presence. Even stray animals feel safe near you. Animals do not respond to words. They respond to spirit, and your spirit carries a frequency of peace and purity that they instantly recognize. There are moments when you walk outside and the world feels as if it welcomes you. The air feels warmer, the environment feels softer, the sky feels closer. This is because creation responds to the chosen ones. The earth knows those who carry divine light within them. Even the atmosphere around you shifts in a subtle way. It feels lighter, calmer, and more balanced when you're in alignment with nature. Chosen one. Your connection to nature also reveals itself when the earth is harmed. You feel sadness when trees are cut. You feel anger when animals suffer. You feel discomfort when land is polluted or destroyed. This is not emotional sensitivity alone, it is your spiritual design. You were created to be a guardian of balance. Your heart aches for the earth because your soul remembers its original harmony. I remember a moment in my own life when everything felt heavy. I could not make sense of my circumstances. My thoughts felt tangled and my spirit felt tired. So I stepped outside into a quiet field. There were no people, no noise, just the soft presence of the earth. As I stood there, something powerful happened. The weight I had been carrying slowly lifted. My breathing changed. My heart softened, and a sense of clarity rose within me. Nature became a vessel for divine reassurance. Without any words, without any instruction, creation itself became a message of peace. Chosen one, you have experienced this many times. You have stepped outside in moments of pain and felt relief. You have walked through natural places and sensed answers forming inside you. You have stood beneath the sky and felt truths rising from within. And in those moments, you learned something important. Nature has always been one of your greatest spiritual teachers. Your connection to nature is also a sign that you were born with heightened spiritual awareness. When you enter natural environments, your senses sharpen. You notice sound, silence, movement, and stillness in ways others overlook. Sometimes you feel energy in a place before you see anything. You sense when a place is peaceful or heavy. You feel when an area has been touched by joy, sorrow, or conflict. This is because your spirit reads the atmosphere. Nature gives you information that others fail to perceive. This deep sensitivity often makes you crave solitude. Not because you are avoiding people, but because your spirit needs space to breathe. Crowded places drain you quickly. Artificial environments limit your clarity, but nature restores you. You are not withdrawing, you are reconnecting. You are returning to the place where your spirit feels free. Chosen one. Your connection to nature proves your spirit is ancient. It proves you were created with spiritual intelligence. It proves that you walk between the natural and supernatural worlds. When creation moves, you feel it. When seasons shift, your spirit shifts with them. When the earth changes, something inside you responds. This is why storms affect you emotionally. This is why sunsets move you deeply. This is why mountains feel sacred. This is why oceans feel holy. You are not responding to scenery. You are responding to spiritual resonance. Your soul hears what nature speaks, and creation hears the voice of your spirit. Chosen one, you were not placed on this earth randomly. You were placed here with purpose. One part of your calling is tied to people. Another part is tied to creation itself. You are someone who carries balance, healing, and restoration within you, and nature recognizes that. You are one of the rare souls who can feel God through the wind, the water, the stars, and the trees. This is not a small sign. This is a divine confirmation of who you are. You are a bridge between realms. You carry the breath of creation in your spirit. And the natural world has been confirming your calling long before you understood it. Now that you have learned all 8 signs, you are ready to understand the fullness of what heaven has placed on your life. My chosen one. As this message comes to a close, allow your spirit to settle into the truth that has been stirring within you. Nothing you heard today was random. Heaven has been guiding you to this very moment, revealing pieces of your identity that have been hidden in plain sight for years. Every sign you recognized is a holy confirmation, a reminder that you were marked long before the world ever knew your name. These signs are not simply characteristics. They are spiritual fingerprints that testify to the divine origin and rare calling within you. Anointed One, you are awakening. Your spirit is remembering what your mind once forgot. You are beginning to see that your sensitivity, your intuition, your dreams, your synchronicities, your inner pull toward nature, your ability to feel energy and discern truth were never coincidences. They were the evidence of a heavenly assignment placed upon your life. You were created with intention. You were guided with purpose. You were protected with precision. And now heaven is lifting the veil so you can walk confidently in the identity crafted for you. I speak a blessing over you now. May your spirit rise with clarity. May every gift within you grow stronger. May the light inside you burn brighter than anything that tries to dim it. May your path open with divine timing and favor. May confusion leave you. May fear lose its power over you. May your heart stand anchored in truth. You are chosen. You are set apart. You are watched over by heaven itself. Nothing about your journey is ordinary. Chosen One, as you move forward, stay aligned with the voice within you. Stay grounded in faith, anchored in purpose, and guided by the signs heaven has placed on your path. When the world grows loud, return to the silence within. When doubt arises, remember what your spirit already knows. Your destiny is not fragile. It is fortified by divine design. If this message spoke to your soul, feel free to share what resonated with you in the comments so you can walk this journey alongside other chosen ones. And if you desire to remain connected to prophetic guidance like this, you are welcome to subscribe and stay close to this community of awakened souls. Until our next moment together, may peace surround you, may wisdom guide you, and may the truth of who you are shine with the radiance heaven placed within you.